have an Ashley Benson inspired tutorial, and I love Ashley Benson so much. She is one of my favorite actresses, and I always think her makeup looks amazing. She always has her signature smoky eye, and this look is a little bit different because it has a really dark, almost black, smudgy, smoky eye with kind of a red stained lip, and I would never usually pair smoky eyes with a darker lip, but I think it really works with this look because the eyes are kind of smudgy and not too neat, and then the lips are just kind of stained and not like a full-on red lipstick. So I really love how it turned out. I think it's very kind of rocker, grungy, and I love how it turned out, and I love Ashley Benson, and ever since I cut my hair, I have been obsessed with Ashley Benson hair, and she was kind of one of the ones that inspired me to get my hair cut short, so I thought this would be the perfect tutorial to do. And today I'm going to be using the Lorac Pro Palette for all the eyeshadows in the look. I wanted to do more tutorials with this, and I think this palette is perfect for this look. It has like the perfect colors, and I love it. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and if you want to see how to get this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so first I'm just going to start off by priming my eyes with the eyeshadow primer that the palette came with. Next, I'm going to take my Rimmel Scandaleyes eyeliner in black. You just want to make sure you're using anything that's really easy to blend. So I'm just going to be lining my upper lash line. It doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to be blending it out. This is just going to work as a nice dark base. Then I'm going to take a little eyeliner brush and just blend out this liner till it's nice and smoky, and bring it up onto the lid. You don't need to bring it up too far, just about halfway up on your lid, so it creates a nice black base for the eyeshadow. Then if you need to blend some more, you can just go ahead and take a Q-tip and run over the edge of the liner. Then I'm also going to line my waterline just to make the look a lot more intense, and I'm also going to be lining my upper waterline or my tight line to make my eyelashes look a lot fuller. And I'm also going to smudge some in between my lashes on my lower lash line, just really close to the lash line, and then just blend that out with the eyeliner brush again so it's a little bit softer. Then I'm just going to go back in with my Q-tip and smudge over the line again just to soften it up even more. Then I'm going to go into the matte black eyeshadow with my MAC 239 brush, and I'm just going to be pressing this over the eyeliner on the lower half of my eyelid. So I'm just going to be really packing it on so it's very intense close to the lash line. Then I'm going to switch over to a pencil brush and go into the black again, and I'm just going to be blending along the edge of this, and I'm using a pencil brush just so it looks a little bit softer, and I'm just going to be bringing it up a little bit further this time until it blends out really nicely, and make it a little bit thicker and smokier on the outer corner. And then I'm also going to lightly run this along my lower lash line over the eyeliner just to blend it out. Next, I'm going to take a fluffy crease brush. You can use any kind of fluffy brush you like, and I'm going to go into the color Sable, which is kind of a medium warm brown color, and I'm just going to be blending this through my crease just to help everything blend out. And she kind of has a dark color coming up pretty high, so this is going to help everything look a little bit smokier. Then I'm going back in with my flat shader brush. I'm just going to flip it over, and I'm going to go into the color Slate, which is kind of a gunmetal gray color, and I'm just going to be patting this on the rest of my eyelid where the gap between the black and the sable color is. So I'm just going to be filling up the rest of my eyelid, and it can overlap the black a little bit. It just helps it blend better, so don't worry about getting it over the eyeliner. Then I'm going back in with whatever left over on the crease brush and just blending between the two colors just so it looks nice and blended. And then I'm going to take a clean fluffy brush and just blend around the edges. Then I'm going to go into the color Taupe, which is a little bit lighter than the sable color, but it's still a really warm brown. And I'm just going to be blending this along the edges of the darker brown color that we applied, kind of bringing it up to the brow bone, and then blending it out with a fluffy crease brush just to make sure everything blends out nicely. And then I'm going to go into the darker brown Sable, and I'm going to run this along the lower lash line kind of underneath and on top of the eyeliner just so it has a nice faded effect and it kind of has a halo of color around it. And then I'm going to go into the lighter color Taupe and just kind of run this underneath the Sable color, so again it has a nice transition and it fades from darkest to lightest. Then I'm going to take this matte cream color and I'm just going to be applying this right underneath the brow bone to work as my highlight, and also blend it with the darker brown color so everything blends out nicely. Then I'm just going to blend between the two colors so there's no harsh line. Then on a small brush, I'm going to go into the color Nude, and this is just a really shimmery champagne color, and I'm just going to be applying this to the inner corners to highlight the tear ducts and brighten up the whole look. And then I'm also going to go back in with a little bit of the black eyeshadow and just kind of redefine the eyeliner on the top. Then I'm just going to be applying a few coats of mascara to my top lashes. Okay, then I went ahead and did my concealer, and then after that I'm just going to go back in with one of the brown colors and kind of smoke out the bottom again if any of the concealer messed up underneath the eye. And then I'm also going to just touch up the inner corners if any of that got blended away. Then lastly, I'm going to apply some mascara to my bottom lashes. I like to do this after my concealer. Okay, so here is the finished eye look. And then lastly, I'm just going to be filling in my eyebrows a little bit. She has really nicely defined brows. They're not very thick, but I'm just going to be filling them in slightly. Okay, so now moving on to the face, Ashley doesn't really look like she's wearing a lot of bronzer, but I'm just going to add a tiny bit just to warm up my face a little bit, just to make sure I don't look washed out with the really dark eyes. I'm just going to be using my NYC Sunny Bronzer because the bronzer look is so subtle in this look. So I'm just going to take a little bit on a fluffy brush like this and just kind of run it in the hollows of my cheekbones, just really lightly, and then a little bit up on my hairline. Okay, so on her cheeks, she just had this really pretty kind of glowy, light peachy color. I'm going to be using the Benefit blush in Coralista. I just have a little sample size of this from like a Sephora 100-point perk thing. But this is just a really pretty, glowy, kind of corally pink color, and it has a really pretty shimmer in it. Mine's actually broken, but it just really gives like a highlighted effect too to the cheeks, and it's really pretty. So I'm just going to be putting a little bit of this on the apples of my cheeks and blending it back. So I'm just going to get some on my brush and just put this right on like the back part of the apple of my cheeks. And as you can see, this blush kind of highlights at the same time, and it gives you a really pretty golden sheen to your cheeks. Okay, like I said, that blush already has kind of a highlight effect to it, so you don't really need a highlighter. I'm just going to add a little bit more because I want that really dewy, shiny look. So I'm going to be using my Lorac Spotlight. This is just a very subtle highlighter, but it's very, very pretty. But you can use any kind of shimmery highlighter or a shimmery eyeshadow for this part. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my brush and just kind of put it on the tops of my cheekbones, so right above the blush. And I'm just going to take a tiny bit on my finger and put it right down the center of my nose because she has really pretty glowy skin in this look. And then just put a tiny bit right on my Cupid's bow. Okay, then for the lips, she just has this really pretty kind of red stained effect to her lips. So it's not like a full-on red lipstick, it's just kind of a stained effect. If you have Benefit's Benetint, that would be perfect for this look. I don't have that anymore, so I'm just going to be using kind of a reddish pink lipstick and kind of making it like a stain. So you can kind of use whatever you have, a red lipstick or a stain. I'm going to be using this MAC lipstick in the color Action. I think this was limited edition, but any pinky red lipstick will work. This just looks like this, and I am just going to be dabbing this on my lips and then blending it out. So I'm just going to be dabbing on the color and then blending it out so it looks more like a stain. And I think what keeps this look a little bit more wearable, even though it is kind of dramatic, is having a stained effect to the lips as opposed to a full-on red lipstick, because usually you would not pair Smokey Eyes with red lips because they would be competing. You would think like a nude color, but since she does have more of a stained lip, I think it works since it's not so bright as a full-on red lipstick if you put it on straight out of the tube. So you just want it to look kind of like a stain. Okay, then in some of the pictures, her lips look just a little bit more peachy pink in some angles than red. So I'm going to be using this Revlon lipstick in the color Peach. It's just a really nice peachy pink color, and I'm just going to be kind of putting this in the center and blending it out just to add a more peachy tone to the lipstick. So you can use MAC's Ravishing, is also very similar, but I went with this one. It's from the drugstore, but any lighter peachy pink color will work. So I'm just going to be putting this kind of right on top of it. not all over my lips, but just kind of dabbing it in the middle. And then I'm gonna blend that out with my finger too. And that also adds just a little bit of a nice shine in the middle because it's a very creamy lipstick. Yeah, so I really like the effect of layering lipsticks. You can use whatever colors you have. So you have that still red stained effect, but just a little bit lighter and peachier in the center. So that is it for the lips. Okay guys, so here is the finished look. I have been filming this video for about 3 hours. The power went out and I had to do the eyes and wait like 3 hours for the power to come back on. And I finally finished this tutorial and I love how it turned out. So I hope you guys do too. And if you have any other requests, leave them in the comments below. But I love how this look turned out and let me know if you recreate it. And I hope you guys are having a great day. Don't forget to rate this video and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.